So, Warner Brothers has rejected the Paramount bid. This is the hostile takeover bid. It's not over yet, though, at all. People are expecting him to come back with a much higher bid. This is, for all intents and purposes, can be a bargaining tactic. So, for those that don't know, Warner Brothers Discovery, initially, quite comically, was getting unsolicited offers from David Ellison of Skydance and Paramount to buy it. That then led to Warner Brothers Discovery going on the market for auction, basically, for the highest bidder. That turned out to randomly be Netflix. Even though when asked initially, they played it cool, poker face on, and said, we're not bothered, we're not interested, thanks, actually. And then they just came in, big dick swinging with a massive deal of like $82.7 billion. Then David Ellison was annoyed at that and said, hey, we're going to take a hostile takeover bid direct to your shareholders. They did, however, want more. So there's that, which I think is interesting. But it was like I think it was 108 billion or something like that. Crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. Well, anyway, that's been now rejected. It's been rejected. There was also Hollywood Reporter released a really funny article. I didn't do a video on it, where they said that they revealed that David Ellison had been courting David Zaslav for weeks. And then, like a lovesick puppy, David Zaslav stopped answering Ellison's calls. And David Ellison was, again, like a lovesick puppy, was getting really annoyed. And just like kept hassling him. It's like, no, leave me alone. Which I think is hilarious. But anyway, whatever. This is interesting. Now, I will say, the stock, quite a fascinating turn of events with the stock. So, as you can see, we'll just zoom in. Here you go. Up the past month, quite high. 24.47. But then it started to go down. It started to go down quite a lot, actually. I can't remember the exact date that the announcement came through that Netflix was purchasing. I think it was last week sometime. So this isn't within that time. But ever since hearing this news today, I mean, it's gone down 2 points. Or 2%. It's a lot. It's gone up a little bit again now. But that's not, I mean, it is, the market is reacting to the rejection, which I think is worthwhile noticing and mentioning. So, we'll just read from this article. It's interesting. So, the board of Warner Brothers Discovery officially rejected David Ellison's $30 per share hostile bid for the company. Now, that's interesting because actually, that's the number that David Zaslav wanted. $30 a share. So, they told shareholders that it remains inferior to the Netflix deal and carries numerous significant risks and costs on Warner Brothers Discovery. With a rejection official, Paramount will need to persuade Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders to tender their shares at that price or to submit a higher bid than its $108 billion offer that would shift the outcome of the deal making. I mean, $28.32 a share. I mean, they wouldn't be earning a great deal of money, would they, really? To go up to 30. Depends how much you bought, obviously. So there is a statement here. And this is the chair of Warner Brothers Discovery Board, says, following a careful evaluation of Paramount's recently launched tender offer, the board concluded that the offer's value is inadequate, with significant risks and costs imposed on our shareholders. This offer once again fails to address key concerns that we have consistently communicated to Paramount throughout our extensive engagement and review of their 6 previous proposals. That's mad. We're confident that our merger with Netflix represents superior, more certain value for our shareholders, and we look forward to delivering on the compelling benefits of our combination. Doing a deal is great. Closing a deal is better. That's funny. I like it. That's funny. Anyway. So the move had been expected as the offer was effectively the same one that Paramount had submitted on December 4th before it accepted Netflix's offer. So Warner Brothers Discovery had concerns around the foreign financing for the deal, as well as whether Oracle founder Ellison would fully backstop the deal and Wednesday's filing underscored those concerns. So Warner Brothers Discovery said that the backstop from Larry Ellison's revocable trust is not sufficient because the assets and liabilities aren't disclosed, and because the assets within the trust can be moved or changed. So it just adds risk, basically. The Warner Brothers Discovery Board, in its filing, also suggested that the Middle East sovereign funds would carry risks, with Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund contributing $10 billion, Abu Dhabi contributing $7 billion, and Qatar Investment Authority contributing $7 billion. So we had a statement here. Same individual from Warner Brothers Discovery says he guaranteed it through an irrevocable trust at the last minute. And frankly, that wasn't as good as an investment-grade company that purported strong value, great response to our concerns of what it took to operate. I have enormous respect, as does the board, for the Ellison family and for the Paramount company. They just didn't measure up on these bids. So concerns over $1 billion to be contributed by Tencent forced Paramount to remove the Chinese tech company from its last bid. So that's interesting. Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners had contributed $200 million, though that fund has backed out of the consortium. So they were just kind of losing the funds by the looks of it. Warner Brothers Discovery also said that it does not believe there is a material difference from a regulatory standpoint between Netflix and Paramount. I think there is. I think Netflix purchasing HBO Max and HBO does pose regulatory issues. Paramount Plus isn't a huge streamer. So I think it does, but okay. Fine. The board has cited the December 3rd letter from Paramount's attorneys at Quinn Emanuel, writing that the letter suggests a highly litigious posture rather than a constructive attempt to achieve a negotiated agreement in the best interest of Warner Brothers Discovery stockholders. Indeed, representatives of Paramount Skydance's legal and financial advisors reached out separately to Warner Brothers Discovery legal and financial advisors on December 4th and 3rd to indicate that in their respective views, the December 3rd Quinn Emanuel letter should not have been sent and was not helpful and a mistake. That's brutal. So what now? Sources say that Ellison and the Paramount team were waiting to see the response before deciding the next move. If Paramount comes back with a higher bid, Netflix will have the chance to match it or respond with their own counter, effectively kicking off a new bidding war. So it's not over. It's not over. Netflix argued in a letter that its agreement is the right deal with the right partner at the right time. Warner Brothers Discovery Board reinforced that Netflix's merger agreement is superior and that our acquisition is in the best interest of stockholders. This was a competitive process that delivered the best outcome for consumers, creators, stockholders, and the broader entertainment industry. I don't really believe that, but fine. I don't have much else to say, really. Ellison has said he will go higher than $30 a share. So it's not over yet. It's not over yet at all. I think they are. He seems really committed to buying this. So there was meetings. Sorry, just real quick as well. One attendee of those meetings told The Hollywood Reporter that they were left with the impression that Ellison is prepared to go higher and wondered whether Netflix had the stomach to match, given the trajectory of its stock price this week since the $83 billion deal was announced. What's happened to the stock then? Not great. Yeah, I mean, it's gone down. Wow. Jesus. Okay. So an all-cash bid from Paramount is appealing, blah, blah, blah. Oh, but this is interesting. Fascinating stuff. So Ellison is basically going to respond with a higher bid, more than likely. But will Netflix keep the fight up? Who knows? Again, not much else really to say on this. This is fascinating stuff. Hollywood being reshaped right before our eyes. There you go. Will Warner Brothers be purchased by Netflix or Paramount? Who do you want to win? Let me know down below. Bye now.